Everybody. Well, happy Saturday morning to you all. Welcome to the deadline stream for double game week 26. Don't forget to lock in your team in the next 2 hours. There's my team at the moment. Just to let you know, taking the 4-point hit. James scored 100. Yeah, who did I get in? Did anyone score more than that? I got in Salah, Belcourse, and I got in Lacazette for the 4-point hit this morning. So I got Salah on, I think it was yesterday. A rule of thumb is I got in Belcourse yesterday as well. At least the top million. Was it yesterday? No, I think it was Thursday, I think. Can't remember. So I've got Salah and Belcourse on. I think it was the early hours yesterday morning. I think. And I got in Lacazette this morning for the 4-point hit. So the players I got rid of Trossard. Who else? That was probably the motivation behind your. Who else did I get rid of? So yeah, exactly. Place of Belcourse. On screen now, I've got your best game week rank of the season, and that was in game week 9. So as you just said, game week 1 started off quite well. You're around about 300. Who did I get rid of? Going along okay. Place of Belcourse. Game week 8, you pull the trigger on the wild card. God, I'm trying to pick now. Game week 9, you go bang. Chelsea versus Norwich. Chelsea versus Norwich was at 7-0, and you had something now. Chilwell. Talk to us about that. How was that watching that game?
I mean, that game was like probably the funniest game of the season because I had just made my wild card, and my brother, he was watching the game with me.
Trying to think now.
So he was sitting there, and then I think James gets the first goal, and I'm like,
let's see.
Oh, that's right, I'll take that. And then Chilwell scores, and that's already 2 contributions, which is enough. I take that. Yeah. And then they got like 3 more between the two of them, and then the clean sheet, and I'm like. And he went to his room at 5-0.
And you had Lukaku. Lukaku got benched.
All season. Can't trust him.
I think what's also interesting
Ronaldo.
Is that was the Havertz gate saga.
Yeah.
I got rid of Ronaldo.
Always going to captain Salah against United.
Yeah.
And the other one in place. The other one.
I don't trust Havertz. Yeah.
That got Lacazette in was Calvert-Lewin. Got rid of him. So I got in Lacazette this morning. Replaced with Calvert-Lewin. Yeah, so I have 7 double game week players at the moment. Who are they? Ramsdale. Only one defender for me. The double game week. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Emile Smith-Rowe.
Really had too many
who else?
This is certainly one of them.
Lacazette, Belcourse, Joshua King, and finally Mo Salah. And I put in the triple captain, as you can see, the white one, on Mo Salah for this game week because he's got Norwich at home and he's got Leeds United at home. He could get loads of points from those 2 matches, but of course there could be rotation.
Well, weirdly enough, I think
he may not start 2 matches, could start 1, but
and to me that was like a wild.
But we will see.
Like, I lost that after 2 game weeks, of course.
But he won't be playing 90 minutes.
2K, I was like, okay, I've been here before. Let's actually settle down, keep this consistent. I was happy with 1K. I was going, let's keep this 1K up. And then I kept going up. I just kept going up. So I'm like,
kept going up.
I'll take it.
You're just enjoying the ride. It's
just enjoy the ride. Just watching FPL Psyche's team.
Who loves FPL and he's like
the guy who's world number 1 at the moment.
Of funny moments though.
James from Australia.
Please explain your wild card. What is going on? I saw you with your bench boost. Sorry, game week 13 bench boost. What was going on?
So I saw a Reddit post like 2 days ago.
Like 2 days ago.
And I had like 600 odd posts. I'm like, oh, I got to address this. So I think I had Kane, Lucas, Ben Foster.
Kane Lucas.
And
so the double game week.
Foden, exactly.
8 teams have a double game week.
They were playing Southampton.
Arsenal, Liverpool,
and then COVID canceled.
Watford.
So there was actually
Burnley have 2 double game weeks in a row.
You have to rearrange your team. And
because I got one in the next game week as well, game week 27.
So I thought when it comes around, naturally, I will play my
as
bench
well.
when my bench is all going to play and all going to have good fixtures. And that was the case in that game week. So I said, all right, I'll go for it. I'll get it out of my head so I don't have to use it again. And it did not pay off.
Yeah, so the Spurs guys, was that when the Burnley game was postponed because of the weather, or was it COVID?
The weather?
It was COVID. It was one of the first COVID games to get cancelled.
Yeah, right. Yeah, disappointing. So you had 4 players get no points on your bench in your bench boost.
Wow.
You're still number 1 in the world. I mean, I think it goes to show that.
Imagine if I used it properly.
Yeah, exactly right. The bench boost.
Use the property.
It's one of those chips that promises the world and then fails to deliver.
Fails to deliver.
You know, minus 12s
so
and
check
16s to set up for it, and then they score 16 points and so I look at my bench boost, 16 points, but it's
thank God I did get rid of Emmy Sitro because Martinelli suspended for the first game, double game, because he got a red card in the last match.
I wasn't too disappointed by it. I think my rank was still
just
pretty
check
when it was at top 1K.
Well, yeah. So at this time,
with
a pretty
Palace have a double game week as well.
I did good that week, yeah. Besides,
I think it was a very small red arrow.
And Tottenham.
You were coming 144th in the world.
And Leeds and Wolves have a double game week as well.
A 0-point bench boost to be 144 in the world.
But I won't go for any Leeds United players, I don't think.
Yeah. And then the last game week that we're going to look at is...
They could score against United, but they might not score against Liverpool.
And in that time, you played your free hit. You spoke about it a little bit before. Playing your free hit, you're thinking about Ronaldo.
As well.
You went for Bruno. And what...
If everybody has some questions for me,
talk us through that.
Feel free on the comments.
That free hit actually, because I didn't do ridiculously that week. Bruno was the heavy one that week. I kind of made a few bad choices, but then
made a few bad choices.
So I put him on. I watched the 2 games live. I just had the best time.
The best time.
And after the first game against Aston Villa, whatever he got in the second game was just going to be a bonus, really.
Got to be a bonus, really.
That's exactly how I think about it. First game is the important one, and then it's all just supplementary stuff from there on.
Supplementary stuff.
By Ronaldo, you're put off by Rangnick?
Well, Rangnick's press conferences are always kind of ambiguous, where he always says, all right, Ronaldo's sort of fit. And I always think Ronaldo's a rotation risk, whilst Bruno is one of the fittest guys in the field at the moment. He doesn't stop playing. I'm sure he's going to play against Leeds and then play UCL again.
Yeah. Of course, the last game week I picked up 80 points. The only regret is I put Dawson on the bench, which he got a late equaliser against Leicester, a 2-2 draw.
So
the last game. So I could have had at least 86 points.
I think. And
was it to be I put 3 players on the bench, we had 2 outfield players and 1 goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Bench.
Incredible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the final week was Ramsdale. He would have got me 9 points if I put him on the bench.
And we're all quite similar in a little bit. And I had a few differentials like Lucas
in the following game week.
Really pushed me above the recent weeks because they got a goal assist.
Game week.
So at that point I was like, alright, I'm 6th.
24, I think.
I really wanted to get to first, so I'm like, what can I do?
And who did
I've just made
who was the other one?
These last few weeks.
Yeah,
they've been important weeks.
The other one.
So I've heard it said, not that I've ever experienced it firsthand, I've heard it said that once you get into
the other one?
20,
Della.
That becomes
when he picked up 9 points against 6 points and 3 bonus against West Ham. In game week 24, I think it was.
I don't really
players have cost me points this year that I put on the bench.
Okay.
But it's all pretty it's pretty nerve-wracking.
I think it's 166 points. I put players on the bench this year or something.
I think the Salah triple captain was very much
which is costly.
Everyone will do it.
We'll get onto your game.
Of course.
We'll get onto your game.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't want it to influence my team too much. I kind of want to stick to what I've been doing. And I think I'll keep it that way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right, well,
Fair enough.
Game week is obviously game week 25.
Oh, his current team?
A decent score in game week 25. You had Bruno captain. That last minute goal, I had Bruno captain as well. That was a huge boost for us, wasn't it?
I mean, that sort of solidified the first. So I think I have a game week to maybe breathe a bit with the 20.
Of course, the last game week, Sterling actually got a hat-trick, but of course, if he had not missed the penalty, he would have had more.
He's done really well, consistently over the years.
But good game week.
And he sort of has all his chips there.
If he had Raheem Sterling in the last game week, fair play to you.
So, that's
and he didn't even have a double. So fair play to you.
Yeah, because you have played one free hit, bench boost, and your first wild card.
Your first wild card?
I've still got a bit, but he's still got it all fresh. So he's ready.
Yeah.
He's ready.
So this is your team, and last night we found out that we've got some double game weeks and some blank game weeks.
Yeah.
How did that information impact you? Did that throw your plans in the bin, or
you had plenty.
Thought about things just yet?
I mean, I've always thought about game week 30. So
game week 30,
on the line, which is the heavy blanks. So I've sort of been picking my team for the next few weeks.
Keeping my team for the next few weeks.
And I saw the fixtures come out, and it actually wasn't too bad.
It actually wasn't too bad.
Some Arsenal assets to getting the double again.
By the way, I want to apologise for last week not going live. Because what was it? What was it last Saturday? Oh yeah, our over 35s had a match. Last Saturday. That's why I couldn't go. That's why I couldn't do the deadline stream 7 days ago. Because the over 35s had a match last Saturday. So I couldn't go live. But thank God I'm going live this morning, because I would have not went live, I don't think. Because I've no match today, because like here in Ireland,
however,
as you know, the storms.
Things have changed.
On the screen
was yesterday.
Fantasy Football Scout.
As well.
The double game week announcement.
Of course, there was a double game week announcement for game week 28 and 29 yesterday.
Seems like Arsenal and Liverpool.
So 38 Wolves have a double game week. Villa, Newcastle, Southampton, Leeds, and Watford. So 6 teams have a double game week in 28. 29 double game week. Everton have a double game week. Tottenham have a double game week. Liverpool have a double game week. Newcastle again have a double game week. Arsenal have a double game week. And Brighton have a double game week in 29. So that's 6 teams as well have a double game week. 28 and 29.
I'll talk about my team a little bit later on. But looking at double game week 28 and double game week 29, what were your thoughts when you found out that information? What was going through your head?
What was going through your head?
Those fixtures were going to come eventually. I didn't know they would put it in such a short period in 28, 29 and the blank on 30. So that was sort of a bit confronting, but I think everyone was sort of playing to either free hit in the next 3 weeks or wild card. So I think a lot of people push forward with the wild card. I don't know yet if I'm going to be doing that, but one of the 2 chips will be used, if that makes sense. Has to be.
Yeah,
wild card.
The 2 chips has to be used.
Wild card, triple captain, or the free hit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So after today, triple captain, I would only have 4 chips left.
I'm okay because I have got.
Of course, with that new rule being an extra free hit chip.
And like you, I was
because of COVID, of course.
Free hit in 27, and then to just.
So after today, I would only have 4 chips left.
But when this news broke,
because the triple captain will be gone.
An opportunity with the wild card, and I was thinking about maybe I could play my wild card now in 26, and then use that wild card to get me through 28, 29, and even game week.
So it's a double game week players. I take that with 4.2.
You've got
could have a good game week, so I have about.
Then you've got teams like Wolves and
3 single game week players.
And then you go back to Liverpool and Arsenal doubling again in 29.
This week,
so it seems pretty difficult.
Dawson could be a tough one for me.
Yeah. So what I'm trying
this
to
week,
think of is
Dawson.
How you can wild card.
Well, hopefully he gets. Oh, I actually have 4 single game week players.
and then they blank. So you sort of have to maybe miss out on a player, start 10 people in game week 27. That's like the big call you have to make if you're going to wild card in game week 26. 27 it works, so it's pretty much similar.
Pretty much similar.
For 27 and you can hold, and then make your wild card 28. I think that's probably the perfect scenario. Otherwise, you probably have to free hit in 27, use your wild card in 28, work out your double game weeks, and then hopefully
double game weeks
fixtures for the game week 30.
Yeah, because as you say, if you wild card in game week 26, the main downside.
If you wild card in game week 26.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people this week are gonna be having headaches while watching the game because I just
watching the game
are going to score at least 2. We'll get 2 goal contributions, and I think that puts a lot of people.
Yeah, I think Emile Smith Rowe could do well for me the first double game week.
That's going to be the trend.
Yeah,
but then in game week 27, I will get rid of him because of course he's not a regular starter for Arsenal.
My thoughts there was that if you're taking a -16 and you're still going to triple captain Salah, that almost wipes out your triple captain, right?
I mean, I don't think that's the best play. I think there's other ways to get in Salah, especially because you've got to have at least one heavy hitter, and you can take him out and maybe put someone worse in another position. I think that's a -8 at most, so that can't be too difficult. I don't know how people are trying to work out a -16.
How people are trying to work out?
Yeah, at your rank, are you looking over your shoulder and thinking like, yes, in a double game week, you can take more hits because it's more likely that they'll be paid off. But if you're coming first in the world, taking a -12, that's your lead almost gone completely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so taking a -12 is about, they're taking about halfway to what I am, so it's about a 12-point lead if I take a -12. But I also think a lot of the managers around are either playing free hit this week or they're going to take some hits.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too uncomfortable taking a -8. I thought about it quite a bit. I was really going to take a -4 because I just wanted to cement the lead a bit.
I wanted to take a -4 because my rank isn't that great this year.
Poor form of late, so I got to bring
as it was last year.
Who's going to play a double game week, which is 4 points.
Yeah, right.
So I think it was pretty safe.
So pretty safe.
To flip the hits on their head.
The hits. Cost at the moment. There's no more comments. Please answer questions. Feel free. How many hits are you taking? Have you locked in your team? I've locked in my team at the moment.
Then I don't think the
extra
game week plays really count for much because that -16 almost eradicates the double game week fixture.
Double game week fixture?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I think a lot of people...
Andy should be on now. He might be a bit late. So the early kick-off is West Ham against Newcastle. And I have 2 West Ham players. Dawson and Gerard Bowen.
People get too caught up on differential.
Of course, Andy is playing his wild card this week.
I don't think there's any point in worrying about, like, at a time when
so he won't get any hits.
Wild carding, or they don't have 11 double game weeks.
I think he should have played triple captain. I think.
And I've still got a triple captain left now. I'm probably going to bench Reece when a lot of other people aren't. I don't really need to worry about differentials right now. Let's just see how the next few weeks play out. I think game week 26, 27, 28, and 29 will be pretty big, to be honest, in terms of how my rank is going to be at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Why have I gone for Van Dijk over Robertson?
Oh, got Van Dijk!
Slight doubts over whether Robertson starts twice. I don't know. I've woken up this morning. I'm not sure how confident I am in that. Okay, let me tell you this. Right, I've said I've picked the team. It's kind of picked itself. Let me talk about the players I'm maybe I'm in an iron about. So I think I'll tell you the ones that are locked in. I think Sarr is locked in. Dubravka is locked in. Trent is locked in. Saiss is locked in. Saka.
Oh, you got Ron and Saiss.
Salah, Lacazette, Jimenez. Probably Broja and Ramsey. So I'd say that's 12 and Luka Dean. I think. I've got a bench Reece as well. That's why I picked some of these players. So I think the only 2 players I'm not quite sure about is whether I go for Tierney or Gabriel.
Tierney or Gabriel.
Robertson. I think with the Robertson price rise, I don't think I can do both those changes.
Both those changes.
I do prefer Tierney over Gabriel in general, but I am slightly worried
He said he's slightly worried.
Any cup competitions, they've only got to play in the Premier League. So although they've got a couple of games in a row,
I think I'll do all right this week. Belcourse, I don't know whether he's on penalties or not for Burnley, but
obviously I'd rather have Robertson if he was.
Thank God he's all right. He's okay.
Like Van Dijk could get rested as well. It's not against
True.
all possibilities. But I don't know if I can afford both those moves now.
He only has 0.7.
Close to a price rise last night.
I think I have 0.9 at the moment.
I can still afford it. But
I think it's 0.4. I think.
I would have 0 in the bank.
Because I got in Lacazette this morning. Of course.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out what the Liverpool team is today. That might help you. I think there's less likelihood of a player getting rotated in the Leeds game. Again, it's not impossible for it to happen. The thing is, if I'm worried about Robertson getting rested in 2 game weeks now, in 2 games in a double now, they've obviously got another double coming up. I guess that's Brighton and Arsenal. Maybe they're less likely to rotate someone.
I think Salah will be all right to start 1.
Why you never mentioned wildcard in game week 27? I mean, let me be completely clear, right? We've just got a lot of information.
A lot of information
yesterday, right? It was a lot of new information. Like some people said to me, it's not that big news.
It's not that big of a news.
And my instinct is that
his instinct is
Liverpool or Arsenal players. Like so, if you wildcard in 27, you've got.
If you wildcard in 27,
I just don't think that's
or free hit. You never know. I don't think Son would deliver against City or Burnley. Because Burnley's defence has improved.
It's definitely a possibility. Again, I've not massively looked into it. There are benefits to waiting until game week 28. But for me, it would have either meant having a weaker team this week by not taking hits, or taking the hits
by not taking hits.
Those players anyway in game week 28. So it just made sense to wildcard now.
Makes sense to wildcard.
But I think one thing that's frustrating about FPL sometimes is people just cannot see 2 sides. People are going to be saying it's absolutely crazy to not triple.
Absolutely crazy.
Obviously, I said this on a Twitter space earlier. Literally nobody that is wildcarding this week. Not one FPL manager. If they are, they're an idiot.
Not one FPL manager.
I think it's great. If you've got Salah, you've got triple captain, you're not playing over 2. Of course.
You got to be confident of triple captain Salah.
But it doesn't mean
I'm confident of.
At the same time.
I'm confident.
Both those things can be.
You can still cancel it. The triple captain. But I'm confident on Salah.
Cancelo.
If Salah scores 3 big points, the triple captain, it will be my biggest ever triple captain points ever. I think the highest one I think has been 24 points for triple captain.
Maybe 8 slightly. I think Semedo, Sice, Kilman, and Coley are the back 4 or 5.
Back 4 or 5.
Sice from set plays, to be honest.
From set plays, to be honest.
If you only had 1 free hit. So I do think it's a little bit tougher if you've only got 1.
It's a little bit tougher.
The thing is, you can wildcard this week and get through game week 27 without using your free hit, but then you weaken your wildcard side.
So game week 27, I think I'll be getting rid of
I don't think it's ideal.
Emile Smith-Rowe, because Arsenal no match.
Bearing in mind, you ideally want a bench move sooner rather than later, in my opinion.
I could get rid of De Gea. But the only problem is I will have no points on players on the bench.
I'm not sure about that.
Next week, because Trent doesn't play, Salah doesn't play, and Lacazette doesn't play.
Because my plan
next game week.
Everyone's going to be setting up for their bench boost as they should if that's the strategy they're on.
As well.
But I'm not going to have to worry. I'm just going to have to manage my team before and after.
He just has to manage his team.
And I'll just free hit in game week 36. And
game week 36.
There's lots of big teams doubling.
Lots of big teams doubling.
Bench boost because you can aim for them and just.
You can aim for them.
As much as you want. I did very similar last year.
He did from me very similar last year.
All the same complaints
did Andy?
about selling good players,
selling good players.
I actually wildcarded game.
I was actually very lucky with my players last season. Like
but I had the free.
I think with the double game week, I got in
could be good. Again, I'm not saying it's
Matthew Lowton.
If you don't need to wildcard,
of Burnley, and he got me a goal against Palace away.
There's going to be a lot of people.
That was a big surprise
That have
for me last season.
Not a better team than me this week. It's just going to happen. I think people find it difficult.
I think other managers find it difficult.
When
it's your own team, you do what you
kind of have an open mind.
Everybody's team is different.
It doesn't mean it's best
of course.
For your team. And I'm probably going to stay off Twitter later if I can.
He's going to stay. Andy said he's going to stay off Twitter later if he can.
I wouldn't even say
if he can.
Fair play. A lot of people think wildcard is not good, right? They think that now. So it's not
really I don't think wildcard's good this week.
It's going to be nauseating later.
Triple captain is the best week to use it because
it was so obvious. It's just
Liverpool's fixtures are good. Like I think I'm going to go for 5-0 against Norwich today. And during the week, I think I'm going to go for 4-0 against Leeds. Salah might get all 9 goals. How about that? and that would do me, but I don't think he will get 9 goals in 2 matches. To be honest with you. Maybe at least 4 or 5 goals in 2 matches. Like I would take that any day of the week.
Size for Davies, free transfer.
Of course.
I'd be tempted to keep Davies.
I think Man City will beat Spurs because
great. If you need someone
Spurs' confidence is low. They've lost their last 2 home matches in a row. Losing home to Southampton. Then last Sunday they lost at home to Wolves as well. Oh, they were terrible against Wolves. Last Sunday, I did see the match, of course.
Seems like everyone wildcard has the same 11. Yeah, like this is the thing. When you wildcard in a week like this, the teams will be similar. There is only one way to play this wildcard if you're free hitting in 27.
If you're free hitting in 27. Yeah, like yourself. I would say as well.
Honestly, if all your comment is stupid,
if all your comment is,
then that's just a block, right? Just get out.
That's just a block.
You can oppose the wild card, but saying
you could post the wild card.
That's yeah, that ain't it.
That ain't.
My screen's blurry because you've not got the resolution set to the right one. I haven't missed any super chats. As I've put on the screen, like
I haven't missed any super chats.
I will try and get to all super chats, but it's not always going to be possible to do them straight away or by the end of the stream.
Straight away.
There's just so many.
There's just so many.
I'm trying to figure out my own wildcard team as well. So I have put the warning on screen. If that's not clear enough, let me know. And
if that's not clear enough, let me know. The comments.
Wildcard in 28 and free hit now.
Again.
I'm not saying that's a bad choice, but I don't. In my head, like this doesn't sound
like in the UCFL. There's only 5 games, so they're not on the pitch. All of them are on all weather today.
You haven't got all the Liverpool players and stuff. You can just free hit them in. Obviously, you can't triple captain. That's the only thing.
Yeah, well, like local don't have a league match. They actually are playing in the cup against that Leinster Senior League team today out in Kilvarrick.
I don't know.
It's going to be a tough one for the local because
I know what you're thinking about because
Naas AFC are a pretty good team because they're in a higher standard.
Size is pretty good. I don't think
the league match. Fairview against Celtic. Oh, sorry, Fairview Celtic against BCFC seconds.
I think it's close, and if you're tempted to do it, it's a free transfer.
In Glenmore division, Dunshaughlin Youth FC thirds against Team Zimbabwe.
4 years you've been a member. I don't even know I've had it unlocked that long.
Rachdolph Astro.
You've maybe been a member for 4 years. That's crazy. Thank you very much. Who are the teams?
Dublin Airport.
Wolves and Leeds, Arsenal and Aston Villa, and
Leicester. Bangor Hall Rovers.
If West Ham beat Southampton,
and Cadoc and Celtic against Prague Celtic.
But if West Ham beat Southampton
out in the Cold Cup.
I also saw.
I don't know whether that game will go ahead or not. Depends on them.
Why have I got no Burnley players? Because
Frank Celtic.
are not good.
Would they have a team or not? I think they've only played about 4 or 5 matches in the league this year. And Frank Celtic, which is not great.
But Burnley have got no further doubles. They've got Chelsea in 28.
To be honest with you.
So I'm just going to free hit them in. Next week I'll probably have 2 to 3 Burnley players. I'll have Pope, Weghorst, and then one more. Maybe
Belcourse.
Maybe Tarkowski. I'm not
Thank God I got him in. This week, Belcourse. I think he's 6'5", 6.6. 6. I think at the height he's 6.6 or 6.5 in height. Not great. Peter Crouch is level, but he's nearly there. Like, I think his price in the fancy is he's very cheap. He's 6.5 million.
So they've got
of course.
Trent, Van Dijk, Matip, Robbo, and then Salah, Firmino, Diaz. I do think, in my opinion, Diaz and Mane are both risk for only one start. I wouldn't go to Mane. I think it's too risky.
I don't think he would go to Mane because it'd be too risky.
Two really good fixtures.
They're really Liverpool 2 good fixtures.
I don't know if I can do it.
So Arsenal got 1 good fixture. I can see them get revenge on Brentford today. Because over again, Brentford beat them in the first match of the season. But this is a different Arsenal too, because Arsenal, a lot of players had COVID. The first match of the season, of course.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I think we just shouldn't go into this game week and be shocked if any Liverpool players get rested.
Yeah.
I completely agree that Klopp's not.
There was rumours on Fantasy Scoutcast. Trent Alexander-Arnold could be dropped today. Place at Milner.
They have spoken about
that could happen.
The way they do it is whether players are in the red.
Don't think it will, but we will see anyway.
And then it's fit to play the next game, and there's no issues, then they'll just play again. So yeah, there is a chance that players play twice, but
there's a chance that players play twice, but it's no guarantees, of course. No guarantees.
Salah, I got to be honest, I'm not that worried about Salah getting a bench, to be honest. It could happen, but I'm not that worried.
Like Salah had the bench against Leicester.
I've literally got a Newcastle player on my bench.
Like Salah's fit.
Dubravka.
And Salah wants to get
Tierney will stay fit until game week 30.
loads of goals.
I hope so. Let me
Well, they can't rest players, Liverpool. Well, they could rest an odd one, but they're still not out of the Premier League title. But to be fair, I can't see City dropping that many points this year.
He had an ankle issue back in game week 9 and 10. Then he was on the bench for 4 games when Tavares kept playing. And I've got to be honest, at first I thought Tavares was alright, but since then not so much.
Not so much.
Every game since then. I think if you're worried about Tierney, you just go Gabriel, to be honest.
Yeah. I can't get an Arsenal defender because the other problem is I don't want to take another hit and then for next week as well, like.
I have no idea. But again,
because Arsenal cost up no match.
They may get benched in one of these two
next game week.
I think it's fair to speculate. I've still got 2 free hits. Should I use one? I mean that is going to heavily depend on your team. If you've got hardly any Liverpool and hardly any Arsenal players, you could free hit this week. But
you could free hit this week.
The wild card might be better, but without seeing the team, it's really difficult to say.
It's really difficult to say.
Is this fizzy drink? No, it's My Waddy. Good old fashioned.
Oh, he's having My Waddy. That was the last.
Yeah, I know, but I'd have to. So I'm open to the conversation about Ramsdale.
I'm open to the conversation.
Tell me which Arsenal player I get rid of, and who do I bring in instead? So
who does he bring in instead?
To get Ramsdale, because I don't want another Wolves player. I mean, I could go Ramsdale and Semedo.
I think I could be keeping Ramsdale.
I don't know if that's a huge.
Because Arsenal with another double game week in 28.
Maybe it is.
Like you would get me no points next week. The only option I could actually get rid of De Gea next week.
Weghorst, no.
Place of Nick Pope. That could happen. Because Nick Pope, he might not get clean sheets, but he would get you a lot of save points.
Lacazette to Weghorst is not a good option.
Of course,
no chance
because they could see a lot of chances to Burnley.
King, come on! I'm really not looking forward to Josh King and Dennis Hall in this week because everyone's kept them.
I'm keeping Josh King because you never know what could happen. I just have to hope and pray.
That's going to be so frustrating. And the annoying thing is, everyone would bin them if they could. They just haven't been able to, like I wouldn't have. So that's gonna be hard.
That's going to be hard.
Ward, no. King, no. Weghorst, no. So Maximin, no. Firmino, definitely not. But I couldn't have any less interest in Firmino. Chris Wood's not a bad option. Maybe.
Yeah, I wonder who's on penalties now for Newcastle because Wilson's not back to May. And of course, the bad news for Newcastle was this weekend. Turney's out for the rest of the season now.
He's not better,
which is a shame because he scored 2 goals in 2 games. Which is a big shame for Newcastle. They only got him last month from Atletico Madrid. It's a big shame.
I should not swap Lacazette just to get Ramsdale. So thanks for that. You really.
I should not swap Lacazette.
I just always prefer Chris Wood over St. Maximin. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Probably wouldn't get either. The either that I haven't considered is what transfer
hasn't considered
the optimal wildcard team because there might be a way to get like a better team this week and then use
like a better team this week.
I'm not sure what that is, to be honest.
James 11, how are you keeping this morning? Let me know in the comments right now. So far, you're all very quiet.
Let me just double check. The Sarri has started since. I can't remember if he started. Yeah, he probably will. Yeah. Anyway, got no interest in Sarri. To be honest, Rafinha's the man. I just think Rafinha's got 2 doubles. I mean, so Sarri, to be fair. Then he's got Norwich and he's got a guaranteed game in Game 30.
If you have any questions
one thought, to be honest. It could be an okay
for me.
8 euro for size, no chance. Could you expect
Feel free.
Rafinha over Zaha? I went Zaha, but I'm unsure, so I'd like to hear another perspective. So Rafinha has another double and then has Norwich and then plays in Game 30. That is it, basically. There is probably a. And also, I'm free hitting in Game Week 27, so I don't need.
Andy said he's free hitting in Game Week 27.
Zaha's an awful option, but I think for most people he's not probably the best option.
No.
So if I'm free hitting him out in 27, then he comes back to.
Palace have another double. Oh no, that's this week. That's this week. Sorry, getting confused now.
If you're
Andy's 52k at the moment.
And want someone that's going to play in Game Week 27, he might not be the worst player. You can sell him.
He might not be the worst player to pepper your team.
Can you give us some criteria about chip strategy? I don't know what you mean, guys.
I don't know what you mean.
In the last couple of videos, maybe not too much in chips. I don't know.
Maybe not too much in chips.
Start 2 out of 4. Elise, Broja,
Elise, Broja.
Yeah, I'd probably start Elise. I know he's obviously like a bit of a minutes risk.
Minutes to risk.
I think I would probably risk it. And then it's one of Ramsey, Lucadino, Broja. I'd probably start Broja. It's close to Lucadino.
He'd probably start Broja, the Southampton striker. He's very cheap, by the way. I think he's 5.3 or something.
Yeah, both sound pretty good to me. Martinelli's an interesting one as well. That's one thing I don't think I've seen anyone mention. I only thought about it this morning. That's another kind of benefit, maybe, to go in Game Week 28 wildcard. You can go for Martinelli. Whereas for me, because I'm kind of locked into my Arsenal players, it'd be tough to get.
To his Arsenal players.
Well. Do a wildcard 26 poll. What do you mean? Like find out if people are wildcarded or not.
If people who are wildcarded or not.
Martinez, yeah. I have De Gea, Dyer, Antonio, and Reguilon on the bench. Happy they should be there, but should I bench boost?
Should he bench boost?
Yeah, but one of the games is Man City and Reguilon.
One of the games is Man City.
From what I can tell, what everyone's saying, Reguilon's probably out for the first game. Whether or not he'll be back.
Reguilon could be out for the first game, but to be fair, I think it was a bad move by Andy getting Reguilon in.
Like if we're saying that Van Dijk and Robertson are maybe slight risks because of games in quick succession, then Matip is 100% a risk. So I think you just spend the extra money, to be honest. Robertson to Matip and Ramsey to Coutinho. Nah, no chance. I'm not willing.
Yeah, no chance.
I'm not willing to compromise on that. Like
he's not ready to compromise on that.
There's loads of sacrifices I've had to make for this team, right? So
make through this team.
I'm not going into this pretending that it's perfect. So let's talk about some of the
perfect.
One, no Cancelo.
That's my team at the moment.
Attacker like Foden. 3, no Bowen. 4, no really good way to get a Chelsea attacker.
It's
possible.
It's
so in
possible.
Game Week 28, the thing is, I'd have to see if it's worth it at the time. But let's
see it's worth it at the time.
The thing at the moment is,
look at
fixture plan in advance. You've got
fixture plan.
James from Planet FPL. He's done some more. Like, go and follow James Planet FPL. Like YouTube.
Go follow James's YouTube channel, Planet FPL.
Like actually, speaking out loud about it. They're a little bit conflicted. Like they all think. This is the interesting thing. They're all fairly sure that Chelsea double in Game Week 28 because without going into too much detail again. Chelsea just don't have enough slots to put extra fixtures in, so they're all pretty sure Chelsea will still double in 28. They just haven't announced yet. But some of them think it will be Arsenal, which, by the way, is great for me because it means I've got another set of double game week fixtures for Arsenal players. But
me as well.
Norwich. He thinks the game week 30 fixture might be pulled forward at short notice. If that happens, then Chelsea would have Burnley away and I think Norwich away, maybe at home. That's a really good double game week, and I don't have any Chelsea players. So that could be a problem, because in game week 28, if that happens, I've only got one transfer. So I have to really decide how much I want someone like Lukaku, and I think I'd probably have to ignore him. So again, that could be another advantage to wildcarding in game week 28.
Wow.
Again, I think, I'm not going into this thinking this is the perfect strategy. That's all I'll say. There's sacrifices that have been made.
There's sacrifices that have been made.
I don't think you can go for a City attacker on this, for sure. I think they're too expensive. I think Bowen is I think if you're free hitting 27, you probably shouldn't have Bowen on your wild card because you are just booking in a transfer for later on.
Yeah.
Cancelo, I can see why people want to keep Cancelo, honestly, but I think it's difficult. I think it's really
big time,
difficult. And that's why I got rid of all of them. Bowen is, right, so he's got Newcastle at home, good fixture, then I'm free hitting, so I can choose whether to have him or not. And by the way, with Bowen, I think the money loss is like 0.3 million, so it's a lot less
0.3 million
Cancelo.
if you get rid of Bowen.
Selling Cancelo, it's going to be tough to get him back on free hit.
It is.
It means I'll probably have to have a slightly weaker team than people that haven't wildcarded on free hit. So he's got Newcastle. Then I'm free hitting anyway, so I can choose to have him back or not. And I don't think I'll have him for Wolves at home. I don't think many people that are free hitting will have Bowen, but let's see.
Let's see.
In game 28, he plays Liverpool.
Game week 28.
Game week 30 is probably blanking.
Yeah, due to the FA Cup matches.
I think some people, they only look at the negatives. They don't look at the positives. So everyone.
They look at the negatives. They don't look at the positives.
He scored a shed load. I was going to swear then. A shed load of returns. And yes, I would have kept him if I wasn't.
Shed loads of returns.
Not a bad choice. But the advantage is you get an extra fixture this week. You don't have to spend a transfer later on to get another extra fixture later on, and you don't have him for Liverpool away, which is a tough.
You don't have him for Liverpool away
anyway. So it's a risk, but sometimes people only see risk. Where there's a risk, there's an opportunity, and I think you have to sell Bowen if you wildcard this week, in my opinion. And
in my opinion,
David Moyes says they've got knocks and injuries and stuff like that, and didn't say who it was. So who knows? Maybe it's Bowen. All right, that would be good for me.
I hope it's not. If Bowen has a knock, what am I going to do? Oh my god! What else is going to happen?
I can, but I think I have to weaken my team too much. So I'd have to do something like, I think it's Lacazette to Kane, Son to Coutinho, and
Son to Coutinho.
I'd have another Arsenal slot, so I can't remember what I would do. I guess I'd get another defender, or maybe get Ramsdale in goal, something like that.
Something like that.
But I think it's too much compromise for just potentially Lukaku being captain. The only way I would regret not having a route to Lukaku is if the Norwich game goes in there. If Arsenal and Chelsea is the double, then okay, maybe it's better to have Chelsea players, not Arsenal, for that.
Yeah.
I don't think the advantage of having 3 Chelsea players. I don't think that. Sorry, let me rephrase that. If Chelsea and Arsenal go,
let me rephrase that.
Then Chelsea would have obviously Arsenal and what's the other match? Where is it? Burnley away, right? So they're
Burnley away.
Is that much better? I guess it is because Chelsea are a better team. But then have Burnley away and Arsenal would have Chelsea and Watford. So for me, if that is the fixture that goes in, which would be amazing. Then okay, I don't have any Chelsea players, but suddenly my Arsenal players have a double this week, a double in 28, and a double in 29.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that seems pretty good to me. And I would probably do Van Dijk to James or Rudiger as well, get another double game week, and maybe swap back the week after. So that is kind of the plan. The other thing I would say, because I was chatting
that is kind of the plan.
Is it Matty H? Yeah, Matty H FPL I was chatting to last night. My team is slightly different than if you've already used your bench boost, I think the team would be a little bit different.
If you already used your bench boost, your team will be a bit different.
Lucas Dean, you could go for a cheaper defender possibly. Because Lucas Dean
defender
really
possibly.
Only me because I've got the bench boost. And instead of Dubravka, Pickford might be a better option.
Wow.
But if you bench boost, I think Dubravka is the way to go.
Yeah.
He was in the training video yesterday alongside Antonio. Fair enough. But either way, I still think it's the right decision to sell. But let's see. Look, if Bowen gets a hat trick against Newcastle, this week is going to be massive green arrow or massive red arrow. I don't think there's any in between, right? If Bowen smashes it, Cancelo smashes it, Salah smashes it, I'm screwed, right? That's the risk.
Yeah. That could happen.
I can't lie, that's a bad wildcard team. You have many players from the same team. Yeah, because all those players have really good fixtures.
That's the problem.
Really good fixtures. Honestly, I really hang on. Let me just see if I can find my team from last year. Is this it?
Oh, his team from last year.
Oh yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, De Gea. Okay, look at this, right? Honestly, this week and last season
this week
feel exactly the same. They feel exactly the same.
Feel exactly the same.
Okay, let me get the screenshot up here.
Image.
Here we go to wildcard. Okay, so last year this was my wildcard team. All right, and exactly so.
It was actually pretty early.
The team at the time picked itself. Right, it was very difficult to go for different players. So again, it was very similar. Man United they played in the blank, then they had a double, and they were good going forward. So I had triple up. I had De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, and Fernandes. Same thing for Man City. They played in the blank. They also had a double, and then they had good fixtures. So I had De Bruyne, Cancelo. If you remember, for those that played, a lot of us went from De Bruyne to Gundogan when De Bruyne to
Gundogan.
Son and Kane were in there as well. Saka double up with Holding, and that was my bench boost. I bench boosted a lot. I bench boosted. In fact, I'm pretty sure I bench boosted 3 outfield players on a single game.
3 outfield players.
And 1 double game week keeper, and I think that's going to be the same this year. So and Chris Wood was in there because he just had the fixtures that worked out. So this season feels exactly the same.
This season feels exactly the same.
Have good fixtures coming up and all double.
Good fixtures coming up.
So it's pretty much exactly the same. Just because it worked last year doesn't mean it worked this year. But the logic
doesn't mean it will work last year. Didn't work this year.
I said this a few weeks ago when people talk about early wildcard. It would all.
Gotta go back to him. Let's see who's live. as well. Check if it's alive. Oh, he's not going live. Is he? Don't think so. Oh, I don't think Dylan's going live. Who's going live? Oh, Kenty is live. FPL. Oh, he's going live in 40. Well, 37 seconds now. Just how about this? One of my favourites. I love Streets big time. He's going live now.
Lots of FPL managers, welcome back to another stream here on the FPL Captain channel. Hope you guys are all doing okay.
FPL Captain channel.
A deadline stream heading into FPL.
I beat him in the African Cup of Nations by 9 points.
All of your questions as we head into the deadline. You can see at the top of the screen the timer until the deadline is there. We've got 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 43 seconds as we speak to go into the deadline.
As we speak.
The overall rank is also at the top of the screen, 45,633. Also in the top right, it says the current subscriber count of the channel, we're on 1,480. I won't mention it too many times during the stream, but we're trying to hit 1,500 by the time of the deadline. So it means a lot to me if you guys did it.
Mean a lot to me.
With all of that out of the way, let's get into today's video. Also, as it says on the screen, don't forget to take part in the poll at the top of the chat.
Oh, you still the poll?
Week 26 is going to be. They're just 3 options, I think, because most people aren't going to be captaining anyone else. But yeah, Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Salah's currently got 87% of the vote. Trent Alexander-Arnold has pulled in 6%.
Wow.
Also got 6%. Salah's just got up to 88% as I speak. It's a really interesting poll. So yeah, get down in there. And also let me know in the chat whether you're playing your triple captain, your bench boost, your wild card.
You're capturing your bench boost.
I'm not necessarily saying it's a good strategy. But yeah, if you are playing it, let me know in the chat down below. And yeah, let's just get straight into some of these questions. So first of all, we've got Thomas who says hello. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the chat. We've got Deep Water Trading who says now the double game week starts. It does start. We've really got to start planning ahead and stuff at this point of the season. Joe
start planning ahead and stuff.
And he sent in his team as well. His team's Ramsdale, Sanchez, T.A., Robbo, Dallo, Digne, Cancelo, Salah, Bruno, Coutinho, Bowen, Ramsey, Morphy, Brohan, Beckhorst. Have not put 2 million in the bank. What moves would you make? Also, bench boost or triple captain? For me, 100% triple captain over bench boost. Triple captain Salah. I don't think you'll regret it. He's got 2 really good games. The worst case scenario is he plays 90 minutes against one of Norwich and Leeds and 30 minutes in the other.
Yeah.
That's just the worst case scenario. So I think he is a really good triple captain option.
Oh, big time.
It would definitely be Salah for me with the triple captain. I think, yeah, the fact that you've just got Salah in the team, the fact that you've got Trent and Bobo, there aren't too many things I would change here. You've already got rid of Jota, as you can tell, for the rest of the team. I think Cancelo's fine if you're not playing the wild card. Digne is okay. In general, the team looks really good. If I had to sell anyone, it would probably be Dallo. But there aren't really too. I think if I had to make a move, it would probably be Dallo to one of the Wolves defenders. Honestly, I don't think you need to make a move. But yeah, what I would probably do if I were you, I think I would probably make a move, is Dallo to a Wolves defender. But anyway, let's move over to my team as well, because I'm sure you guys want to see that. Let's continue answering the questions then. Hopefully that answers your question though, Joe. Thomas says that he's taken a -12 hit as the Jota transfer messed me up. I forgot about the Champions League for Liverpool. Thoughts on bench boost for damage limitation? Pickford, Keane, Kufal, and Pedro. I don't think that the bench boost is a bad idea at all.
Oh, he has 4 single game repairs as well. Like yourself.
Damage limitation. There's going to be loads of great double game weeks upcoming, so I don't really feel like you need to.
He has Robertson.
Play the bench boost.
Wow.
Sometime this week or next week. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's my personal opinion. I think your team looks decent as well. -12 is really not too bad. FPL Raptor, who's a quality FPL manager, I schemed with him about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Oh, he put Dennis on the bench. Jesus.
20-point hit. So yeah, don't worry about taking too big a hit this week. And yeah, I wouldn't play the bench boost with that team, I don't think. So, MX Cross says that he's just on Kufal, Fernandes, Jota, and Antonio to Saiz, Salah, Saka, and Jimenez for a -8 point hit. Are those transfers good? Kufal to Saiz is good. Fernandes to Salah is good. Jota to Saka is good. Antonio to Jimenez is good. Yeah, they're great transfers. You know, I might take some more hits. So I've already made 4 transfers. I've taken a -8 point hit. So I removed Trossard and brought in Cornet. I removed Trossard to get Cornet. I removed Trossard to get in Ramsey, which freed up money to get in Robertson instead of Dalot. And I actually also got in Salah instead of I got in Salah instead of Kevin De Bruyne. So I've made 4 transfers, but because I had 2 frees, it was only for a -8. And I could actually take some more hits to get in some more players, you know, later on down the line. I'm definitely open to the idea of taking a -12 or a -16 before. Wow. So make sure to stick around, guys, because this is not my final locked-in team. But I might make no more transfers, but I might make a couple more. Let's look at the chats then that we've got going here. MX Cross has sent in his team after the transfers. So Foster, Cancelo, Tierney, TA, Saiz, Salah, triple captain of course, Bowen, Saka, Rafinha, Jimenez, King, and he's got De Gea, Watkins, Foden, and Cucurella on the bench. That looks really strong, mate. That does look very strong. A man says, hi, mate. Which two would you play of Bowen, Coutinho, and Watkins? Bowen and Coutinho for me, not Watkins. Ivano says, start Cancelo or Dennis. I just honestly don't feel like Dennis is going to start. You can see from my team, Dennis is not going to score. I think he will start, sorry. I just can't see Dennis scoring. He's just in such bad form. So, yeah, as you can see on my team, I'm starting Antonio with a single game week, Bowen with a single game week, Fernandes with a single game week, and Cancelo with a single game week instead of Dennis. Because I just honestly can't see him scoring a goal. His stats aren't particularly good. What I'm seeing with the eye test isn't particularly good. And yeah, Watford looked very defensive underneath Roy Hodgson, which was something that a lot of us were expecting. I really don't expect Dennis to score any goals, so yeah, just avoid it.
I got Cornet in as well.
But I will probably play him next game week when he has in game week 28 when he has a double. But I mean, even then, he has a double in game week 26, and I'm not playing him. I might change my mind later on in the chat. If you have an opinion on that, let me know down below. Because yeah, this is a community channel. I'd love to hear what you guys think about all of my moves.
Out of his wills.
So, Lillihan says, in the LFC predicted lineup, Trent is not starting, it's Milner playing over him. Is that on Fantasy Football Scout?
Yeah.
There was another predicted lineup that Let's Talk FPL was talking about that had Trent and Robertson and Salah playing, as well as Luis Diaz. So I think it's really difficult to predict the Liverpool lineup. No one's going to be 100% sure. So I think, yeah, the likes of Trent and stuff are pretty good options, even if one thing isn't predicted to start. So he's not predicted to play over on Fantasy Football Scout, but I have seen on other predicted lineup sites that Trent Alexander-Arnold is predicted to play. So personally, I wouldn't worry about that, and I just keep him. And even if he doesn't start or anything, everyone's already got him, so I don't really feel like it's going to make too big a difference. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's look at some of the other chats then. Let's see whether I'm missing any.
Hey, Francis.
Here,
how are you this morning? Are you well?
Sonny says, is Tomiyasu an option? I think it is. But
yeah,
is he injured again? I can't really remember, but I just feel like it's slightly safer to go with someone like Tierney or someone like Ben White or Gabriel. They're slightly more nailed on. Yeah. In my personal opinion.
To be fair, I won't get Ben White because he doesn't get any assists or no tackle returns, only clean sheets. That's about it.
But honestly, I would try and get Salah, and I don't think it's a bad idea to take hits. Like I said earlier on in the stream,
don't forget to lock in your teams by 11 o'clock this morning.
Maybe I should put some text up on the screen that says hits are okay or something. Should I get some text ready? Yeah, why not?
So far, taking the 4 point hit. Don't think I'm not going to make any more transfers, but who knows?
I'll get back to the chat in a second, guys. Let me just add this text to the stream. We'll make the size about that. What are we going to say? So we're just going to write on the screen.
On the screen.
Hits are okay.
Hits are okay.
Here we go. For some reason, the quality is terrible. I have no idea why that is. So I'm just not going to put it up on the screen. Hits are okay though, guys. I haven't managed to get the text up on the screen, but hits are definitely okay. Let's get.
He said the hits are definitely okay.
Fernandes to Son and download to Wolves defender for -4.
By the way, follow on FPL Captain. He's on in TikTok as well. Follow him, please.
My personal preference would not be.
I never met him. He's a nice guy. He's kind of like me when I used to have a lot of hair.
My opinion is that it's probably Connor Cody because he's the most nailed on, but I think Kilman and Semedo are also good options.
Yeah.
I think if it was me, I'd probably just go with Connor Cody. Yeah. Hello, Sivan. Welcome to the chat.
60 minutes in the deadline closes.
Yas says Antonio to Jimenez for -4. Yeah, I would probably do it. I mean, I might make it for my team. We'll talk about my transfers in a bit. As you can see, we've just passed under 1 hour until the deadline.
1 hour to the deadline.
38 seconds to go, guys. The intensity is building. If you're enjoying the stream, share it with your friends and make sure to hit the like button and
hit the like button. Don't forget to like and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well.
Cancelo for me.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. Well, Francis,
Saka and Ramsey, both from my
how are you? Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, except my cat has been gone for 5 days now, and she hasn't returned.
I think I do the second.
Unfortunately.
I probably do the second move, but it's really close.
So my mother's worried. So am I. Well, I'm not too bad.
I'm feeling that Fernandes is a pretty good option.
But the show must go on, like. I think the reason why she left because the men are doing my bathroom. I'm getting a new shower, of course, this week as well.
It would be great if we knew if he's going to play, but we don't really. So I think that we can't really be bringing in from in my personal opinion. Otis says it was for the Vice. Thanks. Oh, sorry, for the Vice. Yeah.
For the Vice.
Sorry. Yeah, Trent for me. Abdullah says Lacazette in.
Lacazette in.
WD or not? Lacazette in wildcard. Is that wildcard?
Is that wildcard?
I guess the C and D key are close. Yeah, they are.
So far, no likes at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
If you're playing the free hit in Game Week 27, then he's a great option.
Then it's a great option.
In Game Week 27, then Lacazette has a blank game week, so be careful of that. But yeah,
be careful with that.
He doubles in 26 and 29. So let's get into some of the other chats that we've got going here.
Do you know John and Pat?
I
do. They actually live near me.
Hoping Salah and triple captain brings it back.
Just to let you know.
Mohit says Guaita, Tierney, Cancelo.
To be fair, I haven't seen Kennedy. When was the last time I saw Kennedy? Oh, Jesus, I can't remember now because with the restrictions, restrictions are got all over now, but you still can't go to other people's houses. You can only say hello, talk outside. That's about it. Knock to people's houses and you can only talk. That's about it. Because they're still not out of the woods yet. We may never be.
Let's hop over to the fixtures. These fixtures are courtesy of Ben Crellin.
Oh, with Ben Crellin.
So Cancelo obviously has the single game week against Tottenham. And where's Southampton? Southampton has a single game week against Everton. In my opinion, I would just start Cancelo.
Grandparents and Root
he's such a good option. And no matter what the game, City keep the clean sheet. City scored the big points. So yeah, I'd probably be keeping him in your team.
Is that Mother or Nan?
Everyone is tuning. We've got 18 viewers. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, let's continue to read through the chats. So where were we on the chat? Cutesy Coop says punt on Diaz. He's in the league.
Punt on Diaz.
28, so he will not get stuck in my team. That is true. If you're wildcarding in Game Week 28, it could be good.
It could be good.
The problem is he actually going to start both of the two games of the double game?
Just do the little. This would be sweet. Gets a bit boring sometimes. But not all the time. Only when I'm doing live streams. Never tried it before.
I probably wouldn't go with Diaz.
Just trust it.
But I don't really feel like he's going to score too many points.
Just play with. It's kind of like a chewing gum.
It's a tough one.
To be honest with you, but
Paddy says, good day, mate.
to be fair, I think my chewing gum days are over. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I think Van Dijk is the same.
I don't really like them because you be chewing all day, and I don't want to chew all day.
Go with Robertson. go with
That's what I'm like.
If you're a risky manager, go with
now.
Robertson.
With chewing gums.
Robertson's going to play both games. That's just my personal opinion. But there's always a chance that Tsimikas, who is in decent form at the moment, could play one of the 2 games. So yeah.
Tsimikas.
If you're a safe manager that likes to take
Tsimikas.
risks, then yeah, go with Trent. Go with Virgil van Dijk. Trent is 100% nailed on in my opinion. I know fans were predicting Milner to play, but
I say Trent is 100% nailed on.
Almost everyone owns Trent.
There's no competition for him at right back.
So you're not going to lose out on any points if he doesn't start anyway.
But you never know, like. Oh God.
Sam says Saka to play both games.
Jesus.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Have a little cold sore.
Isaac says,
I don't know why that is. But I'm fine anyway.
I honestly can't see King scoring, and I can see Cancelo keeping a clean sheet. But it's really tough to bench a double game week player.
Just have to rub it. I never done before.
Do you think basically that Watford are going to score? And if you
I think Watford will score.
Then
they got to, because they got to get points, don't they?
Then
they got to get points. The last time that they faced Aston Villa, they actually beat them 3-2. The first game of the season. I totally forgot about that, actually. I forgot about that.
I added earlier. It's absolutely massive. Like how many hits I've taken and stuff, because I think a lot.
How many hits? Oh Jesus!
The word hits.
The word hits and
make it smaller.
are okay.
It says hits are okay.
It says hits are okay.
All you guys can see is just text moving around on the screen right now. Sorry about this.
He says sorry about this.
Hits are okay.
How many hits? He's trying to put it down. Hits are okay.
Okay, hits are okay.
Hits are okay.
-8.
He's taking a -8 point here.
Might do more than.
He might do more.
Okay, let's make this text small. And then once this is up on the screen, I will get back into the chats, guys.
He gets back into the chats.
Just 1 second.
He has to do it smaller. Probably he's never done this before.
Okay.
Oh, he has it a little bit. Oh, he has it now. I do that on my Instagram when I post up my team. And Twitter as well. Not on TikTok, unfortunately.
Oh well, you can put it there.
Because I don't post my team on TikTok. Unfortunately, I did at the start of the season.
Okay, hits are okay. I'm currently taking a -4 point hit, everyone, and I might actually take more hits. Right.
Oh, there's the mother coming in.
Some of you guys are still watching.
Some of you guys.
Let's
go in
get
the butchers now.
Help yourself, mother.
So,
give me some more of those.
Start King or Cancelo.
They're my favourite.
I don't know. Go with your gut. If you think Watford's going to score, start King.
Now she's gone, everyone. She grabbed two of my sweet spot. It is what it is.
Yeah, can't really give too good an answer for that. Sorry. Best midfielder for 5.9 only for this game. You're thinking of Smith Rowe or Podence. I don't feel like Smith Rowe is the best option. Like, because obviously Martinelli's out, he will play.
He will play.
Yeah, is he going to score too many points? I'm not really too sure. Yeah, so I'd probably go with Podence. I think I agree.
Podence.
Take a look at the predicted.
Oh, the Wolves there. I won't.
Wolves are down at the bottom of the alphabetical order.
Alphabetical order.
Yeah, as expected, predicted to play. I think he'll play both games. Let's just quickly look at the Arsenal one. I'm almost certain that
Arsenal one.
Smith Rowe will be predicted to play. Yeah, Smith Rowe will be predicted to play. Gabriel Martinelli will miss the first. Yeah, that's the important part. I'll only miss the first of Arsenal's 2 double game week 26 fixtures.
Miss the first of Arsenal's 2 double game weeks.
And it's the second game. I have a feeling that he'll be well rested. He's the preferred.
He'll be well rested.
The second game. So basically, it'll just be Smith Rowe with a single game week, in my opinion. So yeah, in my opinion, Podence is the best midfielder at that price. I'm going to be planning some more things out and doing some making some more transfers potentially because I'm very
just watching Johnny.
And I might be doing it live on screen. Bench 2, Cancelo, Bowen, Dalot, Ramsey.
Oh God.
I'd bench Ramsey and Dalot. Are you triple captain? Yes, I am. Turn-in says I use triple captain Salah. That's a good choice. All things football says bench 1 of Cancelo, Bowen, and Coutinho. Bench Coutinho. Nice year.
Bench Coutinho.
See your sub score. Thanks so much, Andrew. Gaming Zone says how many hits are you taking? Sorry, I've just put that up on screen right now. So
you just put that up on screen right now.
As it says on screen, hopefully. Let's just. I want to add some more text just to do an arrow pointing at the text, but
arrow pointing.
Just look at this text, guys. I guess. Look at the text there. Basically.
Look at the text.
So, how many hits are you taking? A -8, but could be more.
-8, but it could be more.
Maurice, T.A., Robbo, Cancelo, Coutinho,
Ramsey.
Salah, triple captain, Son, Bowen, Broha, Mope. My bench is Sarr, Aït-Nouri,
Aït-Nouri.
I wouldn't sell. Reece James is probably the player I would sell.
I would sell.
Your team, Robbo and stuff all in place. That's decent. Yeah, sell Reece James if you have to sell a player.
If you have to sell a player.
In someone like someone cheap, I guess.
Someone cheap, I guess.
Like a Wolves defender, if you have to get someone in. But yeah, the team looks decent in general, I think. Thanks Andrew for helping out.
Thanks Andrew for helping out.
He says Rafinha or Coutinho for starter. Rafinha for me.
Rafinha for me.
Double. He has a double. It's not a very good double, but I would still.
It's already good double.
Are we on the right page of the chat?
Are we on the right page of the chat?
No, we're not. I'm just going to quickly go through all the chats then. Casimir says, any news about Reguilon? Not
Reguilon.
He wasn't pictured in training. He might play, he might not play. I honestly can't help you guys out on that too much. Fantasy Football Scout.
Fantasy Football Scout.
Because obviously there's one COVID case at Spurs, and we're not really
one COVID cases.
That might be. Antonio Conte also revealed that an unnamed player tested positive for COVID-19.
No way.
And while he may be putting 2 and 2 together and making 5, it was noticeable that Sergio Reguilon was absent from a midweek training video. Conte has occasionally turned to
so he could be missing.
He might not actually play. Be careful about that. I've got him in my team. I might transfer him out. I'm honestly not too sure.
Wow. So he could take more hits.
Hey FBO captain. Hello Sulaiman. Paddy says thoughts of doubling up on Arsenal defenders with Tierney and Gabriel. Don't think it's a bad one at all.
Don't think it's a bad one at all.
Few weeks, I think it is pretty decent. Blue Rascal says double Spurs defense with their form. It's okay, I think.
It's okay, I think.
I'd say it's okay. The Spurs.
I think it's
I'm
okay.
not too confident about it. I'm not too against it. Just somewhere in the middle. Otis says I feel like I might want to get rid of Ramsey for a -4 hit.
For a -4 hit. I'm gonna go to another one. Oh, Planet FPL.
Tom Dart says, which one do I start out of? Dean, Edward,
Salah,
and Broya? Also, do you think I should
captain Trent, Mane third, Robinson 4,
this week?
6 Liverpool players.
I mean, I guess that's a bench, isn't it?
Saka 7th, Trent is 8. Top captaincy picks. Trent is Lacazette.
From there, might play Broya.
8, 39. Harry Kane.
No, maybe not.
10th.
I'll play Edward, I think, with the double. I'll play Edward, I think, from them.
Play Edward, I think.
Trey says, at what point do you think it maniacal to take any more hits?
To take any more hits?
I wouldn't call it maniacal. I don't think that's
maniacal.
The right term to be using.
The right term to be using.
I see plenty of really good content.
I see plenty of really good contacts.
Well, and he's really into the psychology and stuff. FPL manager, and he thinks it's justifiable. So who's me to tell him otherwise? I think personally at that point, I'd be wanting to wildcard.
He'd be probably to wildcard.
Personally, but I'm gonna have to unpin my message because it's not.
He has to unpin his message
at this stage, but I'm going to read the unpinned message when I get to it.
When I get to it,
-12, you need to be thinking, should I be wildcarding? -8 is absolutely fine. Praise says Sarah Ramsdale thinking about long term with both players' future doubles. It depends. What's your strategy plan, right?
What's your strategy plan?
Right, yeah, go for
the score that he's going for. 2-1 West Ham, 3-0 Arsenal, 1-0 Villa, 1-0 Brighton, 1-0 3 Palace and Chelsea, 3-0 Liverpool, 2-1 Southampton, 3-0 Man City against the team that he supports, Tottenham.
It depends a little bit on your strategy.
1-0 3 Leeds and United.
Henry Martin says
2-1 Wolves, 1-0 3 in the midweek, 3 Burnley and Tottenham 1-0. 2-1 Watford against Palace. 3-1 Liverpool. 1-0 3 Arsenal and Wolves in midweek. Of course.
Thanks. Arguably Harry Kane. Arguably,
how many double game players does he have?
To like Armando Broja or something at this stage. I don't think the forwards this week are absolutely spectacular. With the way the fixtures are landed, it certainly has sort of.
He has 9.
So I think that's probably
double game week players.
Dara Sam Maguire says, "Hi, already at
James.
4. Should I Region Coleman? Yes, had him at 14 points. Terrific.
Well, two offer players. One of them might not do well.
What a shit question.
What a shit question.
27 in mind, that will bring up to -16 for one triple captain Salah. No. I can't bother, there's too much stuff going on in that question.
You can't bother too much stuff.
Ellen says, hi James, no questions, I'm busy already, had to make moves, but stay safe in the storm. Thanks for the great content.
Stay safe in the storm.
Very calm now. Some of you might have seen a picture I posted on Twitter yesterday.
Posted on Twitter yesterday.
Finishing my Ask James stream, going to pick up my son from his childminder.
Oh, he was going to pick up his son from his childminder.
It was basically like the Premier League's announcement not to give Chelsea a double game week in 28.
Really? No way.
Out for both games. No. My understanding is, and it's only my understanding, it will not be available today.
Will not be available tonight.
Marlowe says, hi James, on a free hit, would you take
on a free hit?
No, I wouldn't.
I won't.
I keep my pin tweet because I can't pin it because YouTube's been an arse this morning.
YouTube's been an arse this morning.
Please avoid.
That's what James says.
Asking the same question twice won't make me get to you quicker. Good luck, everyone.
Asking the same question twice won't get to you quicker. To be fair, when people put the comments, he can't get to the comments quick enough. He can't.
But otherwise, I don't particularly think he's worth paying the extra. So I've gone Cody. Part of that is I think there's a fair chance of jumping price tonight.
Connor Cody.
I mean, they're both.
Connor Cody could jump in price tonight for Wolves.
I did have a brief look last night at kind of their XG numbers. They're both shit. It's neither here nor there.
It's either here or there.
Cody a little bit liable to pick up bonus points than Kilman. So in the event of a clean sheet, Cody's more likely to get you a 7 or 8 than Kilman.
Yeah.
That's why I've gone with Cody. Andy Max says, morning James, what do you think the chances of Chelsea v Arsenal going to game 28 could influence whether I wild card or not this week?
It's a 2-horse race for the Premier League title at the moment.
50%.
Only Liverpool could stop.
I went through this on the stream with different patrons last night.
Man City.
It's inexplicable that they've not arranged Chelsea versus Arsenal in game week 28.
Wow.
We thought it would go on the Thursday. The fact that Leeds versus Aston Villa is now on Amazon Prime on the Thursday means that if it's on the Thursday, it's not going to be shown on British television.
Wow.
Therefore, I don't think it will be on the Thursday.
No.
But then why have they announced Arsenal versus Liverpool for the following Wednesday and not announced Chelsea versus Arsenal on the Wednesday before if they intend to put it there and show it on TV?
Show it on TV.
I've got a theory, by the way. Game week 27, all the doubles on a Thursday. Game week 28, there's a couple of games on the Wednesday.
Yeah.
The difference between the two is that following Wednesday in game week 28.
That following Wednesday in game week 28.
Chelsea are away in the Champions League. And I think that's why the week before all the games are on Thursday. It makes me think now that Chelsea probably will not go into game week 28. The necessity for Chelsea to play a fixture in game week 28, however, is absolutely essential if they beat Lille and beat Luton in the respective cup competitions.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, they probably will.
Yeah.
I think at this stage, they'll possibly bring Chelsea's fixture with Norwich in game week 30 forward to game week 28 at 1 week's notice, which is disgraceful for fans, but I think that might be what they end up doing.
What they end up doing?
And they're going to realise how big the problem is. I don't know why they can't see it. The one team that had to double in game week 28 was Chelsea. No other team needed to. it's laughable. I think
it's laughable.
By Amazon saying, right, we want these Leeds, Villa and Everton, Newcastle games, and obviously Arsenal Wolves this week, all Amazon Prime games. I think Amazon put their foot down and went, come on, we want our period, we want our time.
We want our period. We want our time.
Well, we're not on the second week of 29. It's not.
29. It's not.
It's the only live game, right? Arsenal Wolves this week and Leeds Villa 28. We're going 29. Arsenal Liverpool's on TV the night before Everton Newcastle. But I think there might be something in the fact that Chelsea are away in the Champions League on that Wednesday night. So if UEFA are not letting the Premier League clash live television games when
live television games
home in the Champions League, Chelsea and Arsenal is not going into 28 unless it's not shown on TV.
Unless it's not shown on TV.
I'm lost with the fact they haven't put Chelsea into game week 28. These pricks could end up doing anything at this stage. That should clarify it really well for you.
Really well.
Chris Carr says, you did mention it on Twitter, but can you explain the Chelsea situation from fixture point of view? And
Chelsea situation?
Depending Chelsea fixtures pushes towards the wild card in 31. I kind of just covered. Fixtures from game week 28, so you can potentially still target their assets. And it's worth noting that because of other teams' doubles, most people are not going to be able to get to Chelsea. If they're a single, I'll probably be one of them. But then if they do double in 28, bang, bang, bang.
If they do double 28, bang, bang, bang.
Dion Shunt says, morning, James. Should I hold on to DCL up to his double game week 29? If so, starting this game week.
I got rid of him this morning.
This week, between the two, probably, I would start DCL probably. But I've been in, mate. I've been in. Forward just for the sake of 29.
Yeah.
Imnes has got 5 fixtures between now and then, for example. I've been in, mate. Bushcart says, if we say only 3 hit in one of game week 27-30, what are the other potential games to use it other than game week 36? Exactly the same as what I covered on the podcast 12 days ago. That podcast is still relevant, although the fixtures are out of date. But game week 33, if the best teams win in the FA Cup, game week 33 is going to have a few teams double who you're not sure you like.
Your team's trouble.
And there'll be difficult fixtures for the likes of Man City at Wolves, for example. So 33 is kind of what I've got in mind.
33.
You could even use it in 36. I think for a lot of people, bench boost in the next couple of weeks, free hit 36, quite viable. You do not have to use in the blanks, right? It can be used aggressively in doubles. I think even 28, 29 for certain people. I mean, let's say you're wildcarding now 26 with 6 Liverpool, 6 Arsenal, and a bit of Tottenham. Right? You know, don't really want them teams who've got doubles in 28. You could free hit in 28, couldn't you? You could free hit in 28 and 30. There's loads of different ways to play this. Alex Abdella says, Jota replacement question for a change. Thinking long-term options.
Long-term options.
Coutinho or Ramsey. Thanks. Ramsey's just such a great enabler, right? So, I mean, that's where the preference is. Because really, he should be a 6 million player in himself. So, Ramsey gets the preference. I think the other two...
Ramsey gets a preference.
Choices. If it was me at this minute in time, I'd possibly go Ward-Prowse. Hamish says, would you start Coutinho and Breuer over Cody and Kilman this week? No. Even though I'm not backing Wolves for a clean sheet this week, let's be honest, they're outstanding defensively, and it could be
standard defensively.
So, no, I wouldn't.
When I go back to Andy, yeah. Gonna go back to Andy.
First size you can afford it, but yeah, if you can make
first size you could afford it.
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Wrong with that at all. I wonder if Semedo and Ramsdale better than Sarr? Is Semedo and Ramsdale better than
Semedo, Ramsdale?
So, well, the thing is, I don't really want to make too many changes right now.
He doesn't want to make too many changes right now, does Andy?
Just be a problem.
A problem? I'm just doing some quick maths. He's doing some quick maths. Got to check on other people's teams. on Twitter.
I don't think it is better. Literally doing some maths. I don't think I can even work it out. I don't think I've got the brain power to work it out
at the moment. FPL Throne Rose team. He's playing bench boost.
That's about 47.
What?
Yeah, I think it's very
minus 24.2.
I'm not going to make too many big changes unless we get some bloody team news. Like
so on go, sir. Cancelo. He's captain Trent. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up. I just
Ben
really like Tierney. I've just got
Saka. Rafinha. Vice captain Salah. Jeroboam, Coutinho.
He scored against Norwich or something.
Dennis.
That was annoying.
Antonio. His bench, which his points will still count because he's playing bench boost. Ramsdale, Jimenez, Van Dijk, and Saïs. So that's his bench boost team. So all of his points count.
What would you do if you had? Oh yeah, sorry, I've done that one. Free hitting this week, Mane or Kane? I mean, maybe Mane. I guess Kane's definitely. I don't know. No, probably Kane. I worry about Mane.
FPL Ross.
Maybe I'm being
today,
too worried about Liverpool.
I will
rotation.
be celebrating Bone and Cancelo returns for the first time
Robertson,
in
Foster,
a long time.
Probably Robertson. Well.
Wow.
I don't know. What do you need the Southampton goal?
John. He's just put down.
If it's for the double and you can play him, I'd say.
I think it's a Palace team. Just a Palace team.
Just about.
That guy who won the African Cup of Nations fantasy, Freddie's team. Looks
honestly,
like this will be my final team. Not overly confident. 99%.
It depends how many changes you want to make, right? If you've got only one free left, maybe just guide yourself through 26 and 27.
Lock.
It's very difficult to.
His goalkeeper is Foster. Van Dijk, Cancelo, Roy, Foden, triple captain Salah, Jeroboam, Saka, Calvert-Lewin, and Boyer up front. Bench, Sanchez.
Honestly, I think, obviously, I don't know what the transfers are, but there are lots of -20s this week that are viable, like genuinely viable.
What he got in last weekend?
More than any other time this season. And probably next season as well, because hopefully there's less chaos next season.
I'll be good to see he plays for Brighton, defender.
Plans only transfer Fernandes to Son this week. Worst, they're going to hit the transfer Reguilón to Wolves defender.
Cucurella.
I really do. I don't think
that's his name.
Both games this week.
Antonio and the guy who's injured for Everton. They're very great.
Worried about him maybe going forward. Like he's a good option going forward. They've got another double, but I just think Wolves just look so solid. 2 doubles.
He's playing Lucas Diaz as triple captain.
Game in 27, game in 30.
FPL.
I think I would do it.
Don't know.
He kept King on the wild.
Second part of his real name is Josh. I just followed him now. Josh Bull 9688. He's triple captain Luis Diaz of Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's buffing for everyone else, but just like buffing for me. Robertson or Van Dijk can have either. Right now I'm on Van Dijk. I might switch to Robertson. If you don't think Robertson gets rotated, he's definitely the one to go for. Get Bruno's tweet on Van Dijk and Trent. Bruno just always trolls, so do I really want to go and check that?
Cool.
Let me see.
Morgan's team.
That's just the predicted lineup. Anyway, I wouldn't worry too much about that predicted lineup, to be honest. Well, wild card this week, I need to start two between Veghorst, Cancelo, Luca Dean, Ramsey.
She's playing a wild card.
Definitely start Veghorst.
Ramsdale.
Cancelo.
Vice captain Trent Alexander-Arnold. Size. Robertson.
Take out Watkins, Calvert-Lewin.
Turney.
Who take out for Watkins, Calvert-Lewin or Edouard?
Captain Salah.
I get Jimenez.
Son. Kone.
Who would you start at? Broya, Foden,
Rafinha.
Probably Foden.
Jimenez and Lacazette. Bench. Foster.
Thank you very much.
That's a Hampton striker.
Thank you. I've lost the plot with minus 16.
Minus 16. That Wolves defender.
Don't worry about it.
Amari.
And
the Burnley midfielder.
Brownhill. Hits properly most of the time. They just see fear in the amount of points they're going to lose. They do not think about the amount of points they're going to gain. That is the big problem with hits this week. Like for a lot of players now,
FPL,
you are buying extra fixtures this week. You're buying extra fixtures in the future. For some teams, like for Wolves, for example, if you bring a Wolves player this week,
wild card is activate.
For Wolves player, but let's say you get an extra fixture this week.
No hits further, but
whenever they're doubling.
Can't triple captain
get a player or 27 when some players aren't.
Mo.
And you also get a player that's guaranteed to
play. Oh, he's actually triple captain Mo Salah.
So for 4 points, you are.
Oh, he's not playing his wild card. Good luck.
And people don't mind. People just see, well, taking a minus 8, there's no way I can go to minus 12. But that is just absolutely
game
crazy.
week.
I'm on a minus 12.
Double game week. You should have put down J.
Don't look at the actual transfer.
Team Foster. Vice captain Trent.
And again, not everybody will need
Cancelo, Diaz. Oh, 2 Man City players he's playing with.
People don't review them properly.
Triple captain Mo Salah.
How likely is the clean sheet this week? I've got to be honest. I don't know how confident I am.
Son, Saka, Joshua King, that Burnley striker who I have.
Coutinho or Broya. Bench Coutinho, I think. Minus 12 for me this week. Triple captain Salah, 10 double game players and 11 players.
Bench De Gea,
happy days.
Antonio, Livramento, and the guy who's not playing, who's suspended, who got red card against United, Dunk.
Apart from Jimenez, I don't like.
That's his team.
Thoughts on triple captain in Trent over Salah? The only way I would triple captain Trent over Salah is if Salah was injured.
Yeah.
That's it. I think I said this. So I did a Twitter space, a very, very short.
Did a Twitter space?
Today, and I said this there. Right? I see Trent and Salah a bit like Andy Murray in tennis, right? So Trent is brilliant. He's one of the best options.
Just followed up.
The best ever option for a defender, probably the best ever FPL defender. And if Salah wasn't in the team,
she's playing the triple captain.
Trent this week would be probably the triple captain to go for. But he has Salah in the team. It's like Andy Murray, right? Back in the day when Andy Murray was at his peak, he was brilliant, right?
He was brilliant.
I'm sure in a lot of eras he might have won a bit more, but he just so happened to have Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic at the same time, who were also freaking brilliant, right? So
freaking brilliant.
It's the same with Trent and Salah. Trent is amazing. But it's always going to be Salah. Always. You can say that Salah might get minutes managed. Who knows? Maybe Trent will as well, right? He's just so hard to call. I think it's Salah every time. I just got no doubts about that.
No doubts about that.
It's easy. It's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, exactly. Andy Murray,
exactly.
Brilliant, but he didn't win as much as maybe he could have because
it's like a popularity contest.
Three other really freaking good tennis players were playing it.
3 other good tennis players, he says.
That's my thoughts anyway.
That's his thoughts anyway.
Start 2, so far, Alonso, Cancelo. Cancelo for sure.
Cancelo for sure.
I don't know.
So my team at the moment.
The only thing with Alonso is I don't know if I'm starting now. I think we've got a player on the bench so far. Would you consider keeping Cancelo by downgrading
Ramsdale?
But the problem is it's not just him.
Cancelo,
also losing another
Dawson,
double game weeks, so no.
Trent,
Start 2,
Smith Rowe, Jared Brown, Foden, Salah,
thoughts on
Lacazette,
but not to the other double game week players. Thoughts on Mane, Adam Robertson.
That Burnley striker.
Not that bad if others are taking -8s, -4s. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. If person A is not taking
knows neighbour Africa.
Take a -20.
And I have Joshua King. My bench is De Gea, Cucurella.
Simple as that. Wildcard
Jala and Bernardo Silva.
I've literally even put wildcard active.
So that's my team at the moment.
Benches De Gea, Foden, and Lamptey and Dalot. Single gaming starters is Luka Dean, Cancelo, and Burn. Bench boost for Triple Captain Salah. Triple Captain Salah. Best 5.6 million midfielder or below. I have Broja already.
Broja already.
6. Maybe Ramsey or Gordon.
So far, no likes.
To be honest, I don't think there's many other.
What the hell's going on here?
5.6.
5.6.
Yeah, I mean, Martinelli would have been the one.
Martinelli.
I guess Cornet. No, he's 5.9, isn't he?
Yeah.
Off my head.
He can't really think to the top of his head.
What
Andy?
do you expect from Arsenal Wolves defenders in the second game? I don't know. Attacking returns.
I don't know.
Probably not a lot. I mean, I think Arsenal got a good chance with clean sheet. I'm not sure about Wolves.
No. Arsenal definitely have a chance of a clean sheet. No. Wolves, probably very unlikely.
100%. I'm not. Again, I really want. I know there's going to be a load of hindsight merchants after this when.
Check how many bonus points has Salah got this year.
You should have triple captain Salah. I'm telling you now, Salah's triple captain is amazing, right? If he blanks twice, you are seriously unlucky.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. I would 100% triple captain if I had a wild card. 100%.
He's got 5 bonus points this season.
Be a better triple captain opportunity this season, to be honest with you.
Salah.
If I have 2 free hits, should I wildcard or take hits? It's going to depend on your team, right?
It's going to depend on your team.
It's a general rule, and it's hard to give broad advice because it all depends on the team, right? But if you are starting to get towards like a -20 or a -24, like a genuine,
I think in the last double game week of the season last year, I actually took a 38-point hit, and that actually worked out well.
There might be some cases where
because in game week 36 I played my wild card.
But that is something you just have
that was the reason.
Yourself, right? Why do we have Foster? I talked about that already. It's just bench boost reasons. How many minutes do you reckon Firmino gets? I think there's a chance he starts both games with a double, but outside of that, I don't know. More upside versus Van Dijk, possibly for this week, but I'm not sure about going forward.
I'm not sure.
Can always do Firmino to Broja and get Robbo 29.
Oh, Broja.
The thing is, you're adding 2 transfers, so think of that as 8 points. You're adding 8 points to your total just to have Firmino over Van Dijk this week. It just doesn't feel worth it.
It doesn't feel worth it.
4-point hit to sell Eduardo for Weghorst. I'd probably do that, to be honest. Yeah. I'd possibly do that with the double next week.
That's what I have.
I think if you're free hitting next week, I wouldn't do it. Otherwise, I would. I don't think playing Broja is that bad.
He doesn't think Broja's playing that bad.
Lacazette for -8. Possibly the -8 for long term. Again, depending on what the transfers are. I mean, they've both got extra doubles to come and stuff like that. Stop between wildcard and triple captaincy. You only have 1 free hit left. Which direction would you go in general? I think if I only had 1 free hit, I'd probably save. Again, I don't think I've looked at it enough to give a really good opinion on that. So I'd really try and think about it for your own team and try and plan how it would work. I think you'd probably, I don't know, ideally you free hit in game 27 if you wildcard. Like, you can get around it. You could just have a couple less Arsenal or Liverpool players, which isn't
or
great.
Liverpool players.
Just do that. Doubles everywhere now. We know. Thank you very much for that. Bench Cancelo, Elise, Semedo, or Bowen. Elise. Star 1. Cucurella, Broja, Martinelli, Broja. For worth it. Yeah, I think it probably is, to be honest. I would. Let me just say, if I wasn't wildcard, I would have taken.
If he was a wildcard,
Man City defender or Liverpool defender. Liverpool. Although, yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool
can get through game of 27. Bruno Johnson for Son Semedo.
Didn't see that.
Foden, Bowen. Nah, probably
Alex.
do one of the moves. Just do Bruno to Son and just play one of those players.
Who's the captain?
Foster,
I'm actually triple captain this week, Alex. Because you can see the C. I'm actually triple captain Mo Salah this week.
My team is saved, 100% saved.
Didn't see that.
Don't worry. I'm not going to make that mistake again.
He's not going to make that mistake again.
Jota to Son.
Jota to Son. Yeah, that's a nightmare. Jota getting injured in midweek.
Just don't save the Bowen transfer for later on.
Save the Bowen transfer.
Firmino on a free hit. I'd still probably go Saka and Weghorst.
That's what I have, Belkhorst.
Sean Dyche did say...
Belkhorst
did say that Weghorst is hopefully okay. He didn't say he's definitely fit, he's definitely going to start,
but they need him. Belkhorst.
2 pieces.
2 pieces.
Any news or thoughts on Luis Diaz? No news.
No news.
He probably starts one game. Cornet versus Rafinha, Semedo, Kilman, Cody, Semedo. I think Saiss and Semedo are the best Wolves options, personally.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you need a bit of money, then you could downgrade to Kilman or Cody, but I think Saiss and then Semedo are the best
Saiss and
options.
Semedo.
Son and Jimenez or Ramsey and Kane. Son and Jimenez for sure.
Son and Jimenez for sure.
I think. I mean, the Lukaku thing, maybe. We just don't know. It depends how much. It depends how much emphasis you put on wanting Lukaku in.
Nice.
Personally, I think Lukaku is only a really great option if Norwich
goes well for you. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that, mate. Best of luck in your game week.
Would use the minus 8 to get Salah and Saka, but still got 2.7 in my bank. So I take another hit to get Ramsdale for De Gea. I think I would do Ramsdale for De Gea if you haven't got another double game week.
If you haven't got another double game week?
I would possibly even do it anyway, even if you have
possibly do it anyway.
What 2 out of these 4? Bowen, Ramsey, Foden, Cancelo. Probably Foden and Bowen. This week you reckon Firmino outscores...
Probably Bowen and
Bowen. Probably Bowen and Cancelo. This week you reckon Firmino outscores Van Dijk and Robertson? Possibly.
They got their medals last night. Blackpool's over 35s. Last season.
Sorry. Fernandez D up to Sarr, Tierney, Salah, Saka -12. Yeah, love it.
-12.
Hate about that.
There ain't much to hate about that.
Cancelo, Jota, Edouard to Van Dijk, Saka, Jimenez -8. I quite like it. I do think it's easier to sell Cancelo on a wild card than it is just to sell him anyway. But
just to sell him anyway.
Any news on Elise? Apparently he's not starting today. Whether or not he starts,
Elise is apparently not starting today.
Should I captain someone other than Salah? Nope. You should still captain the best player. Whether or not you, I mean, if you really want to risk it, you could.
Yeah, but I don't think it will work. To be honest with you.
Start 8 Muriel Bowen.
Let's go. 17 minutes to go to the deadline closes.
The only kind of thing I would be concerned about is Aït-Nouri definitely going to start twice? Like, it's not a guarantee.
It's not a guarantee.
If you're worried about that, I would just start Bowen.
If you're worried about that,
I wouldn't do Aït-Nouri to Saiss for a hit. Dawson to Van Dijk -8. Sure, yeah. Victor, much appreciated. You can check out my other super chat. Bench Coutinho or Broya this week. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, he's done that.
As quickly as possible.
FPL CR7. He's got Ramsdale and goal.
Why has no one got Liverpool?
Working on Trent, Marcel, Jeroboam, Bone, I mean. Son, Rafinha, triple captain Salah.
Where did that St.
Saka
come from?
Manuel Dennis and Watkins. How many single game week players does he have? Only 2. At the moment. Bone and Watkins. His bench. Oh, he's put Cancelo on the bench. Foster and goal.
Cancelo.
I don't know. Lucas Digne.
I feel General tweeted it.
Oh,
did he?
I think it's Broja he's put on the bench.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've just seen it. Jordan Cronin tweeted it.
You've just seen it?
I mean, I don't think he would. I don't think he would say it if it wasn't true. Michelle Reguilon to Tierney for a hit. Yeah, probably. I have kept King on a wild card on my mental note. I already done today. Jota, Reguilon, Eduardo, Bruno. Nice. Saka, Tierney, Jimenez, Son, -12. Yeah, brilliant.
Nice, Fabian.
Definitely wild carded. Maybe
if you're definitely wild carding.
But I still think there's every chance it pays you back this week. Jota's injured.
He's taking the -8.
Might not start both games. So you've only got Bruno. I still think that -12 could pay off this week.
That -12 could pay off this week.
Jota to Saka for -4, or Son and Calvert-Lewin, Ronaldo. Jota to Saka sounds okay to me. Jota to Rafinha -4, Jota to Rafinha and Cancelo to Robertson for -8. Probably
-8
in that case. Even if you're wildcard in 28.
Even if you're wildcard in 28.
This is Ramsdale, Semedo, Coutinho, Maximin versus Sarr, Luka Dean, Ramsey, Lacazette, and you're making me rethink the best combo. Yeah,
if you're rethinking the best combo.
It's such a headache, like this whole thing.
Such a headache with this whole thing.
That we got. I picked the team. I haven't really thought if there's a better way of doing it. I don't know
if there's a better way of doing it.
Different way I could go, to be honest with you. So if you're happy with yours, just stick with it.
If you're happy with yours, just stick with it.
Is it worth considering keeping Bowen on the wildcard instead of Rafinha and then swapping 28? Personally, I don't think it's worth booking in that transfer. I think
booking in that transfer
goes into 28 at late notice. You're going to want to react to that, and you're probably not going to want to take too many hits.
You don't want to take too many hits.
Bench Bowen or Semedo? I would probably bench. I'd always want to play the double game week where I could, so I would probably bench Bowen and not be that happy about it. Son or Kane? I think Son lets you do more. I think Kane is a nice outlet to Lukaku. I don't think that should be ignored, but I think the money saved on Son is better for most people. If I can't afford Son, should I get Coutinho or Ziyech? Coutinho for me. -4 Pope to replace De Gea if I'm going to wildcard gaming 28. Yeah, buying 2 extra fixtures for -4 seems okay. Van Dijk and Ramsey or Slice and Rafinha. That's tight.
That's tight.
For game week 30, Slice and Rafinha is definitely better. But Van Dijk is probably quite good for this week and has another double.
That's another double. Breakfast Club.
Daydreaming is fun, but the real-life Barbados experience is so much better.
So much better.
But off, who would you pick? If you could pick one for this week.
Edward, King, or Dawson?
Yeah.
Edward.
Wow.
I think I agree with that. I think King has really struggled.
Yeah.
But getting Edward's double, I'm going to just bring up his
Chelsea-Watford.
Chelsea-Watford. So he does play Watford. That's a good fixture. God, it'd be nice to see Chelsea again. We haven't seen them in a long time in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Which team do you support then?
I'm a Liverpool fan, as you can tell.
Oh, he supports Liverpool, does Ted?
No,
I can't tell you cats. No, wait, you have the most like non-Scouse accent I've heard.
I can do one if you want me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Stevie Gerrard.
Stephen Cash.
We're going to see that Scouse accent.
Oh, do you remember he said 8 years ago? Do not slip. And guess what happened? He slipped.
Jota to Saka.
Do not slip.
Salah for a -8. Bruno to Salah. I mean, on paper, that seems sensible. A -8
sensible.
Steep. I'm not sure Zoff would ever consider a -8 in his life, right?
Well, I was considering a -8 this week, in fact, and I probably would have gone with if I really wanted Lacazette. But the goalpost completely changed.
Goalpost completely.
When you have consecutive doubles and stuff like that, I think in -8, -12, it's very team dependent.
It seems like that extra fit.
It seems like that.
For bringing in a double game week player, single game week player is almost
single game week player
subsidizing that hit to a certain extent.
Flow in game 27.
10 minutes to go to the deadline closes.
Burnley, which should help with the double. Sorry for all the questions I'm missing. I'll do my best to get through them all, but it's difficult to get all the messages. Mikhail says, Mane for Jota, not worth
he's playing one up front.
I think Mane's a great option.
He's playing Belfast on the bench.
In isolation for this gaming, but I don't know if he's worth the risk longer term. Diaz was signed to compete with Mane down the left wing. So, can we trust Mane to be getting good, consistent minutes? Jota obviously out.
Consistent minutes.
More short up top. I think Jota's mainly competing with Firmino now. But Jota can play down the left as well, as we've seen. It wouldn't surprise me if someone like Mane or Firmino ends up one of the top scorers this game week, but
yeah,
we have to look longer term. I only look at 1 week punts really if I'm about to wildcard. If you plan to wildcard in 28 and perhaps free hit in 27, and I think this is a perfect opportunity to take a 1 week punt on someone like Firmino or Mane. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth considering someone like Mane. Shout out to MMA4 as well, who has renewed the membership for 2 months, and he says he's tempted to triple captain Trent over Salah.
No way.
I think Trent is a very, very good option in isolation, but you're betting against Salah, who's top for predicted points, and you can make the case of being the best player in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
So, you're betting against all of that. It's very risky. And you're also betting against his ownership, which will be over 200%, I imagine. To see you, Fergal.
Good to see you,
Fergal. Says play Cancelo, King, Edouard, or Elise. If you have to pick one, I think you go for one of the double game players. There's rumours Edouard's benched. I don't know, what the merits behind the rumour is, but I think I'd go for King based on that. We'll keep checking in case we get any last minute leaks or whatnot. Palace, but not had anything yet. We'll keep you guys posted if I get anything. But it's not ideal to be benching Edouard, I have to say, who has a double game because he could still come off the bench, could start the second double. For all we know, he could start both. But I think King just about edges it for that reason.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to look at that tweet, it's on Reddit with the Crystal Palace lineup.
8 minutes to go.
I haven't seen their tweets before, so I don't know what the credibility is.
He hasn't seen their tweets before.
The comments seem to suggest that they're reliable, and they had Elise and Edouard both benched, but we'll see. The skip says bench 2 of Edouard, Cancelo, Digne, Brozier. I would bench Digne, and I think I'd bench Brozier. I know Edouard, there's rumours that he's benched, but I think I would still start him because he could still start, or he could come off the bench.
He could still start
the second of the double, so I think Edouard's still fine to start in your situation. FPL Phillips says, I get locked in before the website crashes. Yeah, have I saved my team?
He gets locked in before the website crashes?
Yeah, I'm fine. This is locked in. Let me just reload as well to make sure, because I suppose there's wildcards and transfers flying at the moment.
Wildcard.
What we'll do, we'll have a very quick look at the most transferred in and most transferred out players.
Most transferred in and most transferred out
is Mo Salah, of course, 1.2 million.
Wow.
Transfers in for Mo Salah.
1.225.
Wonder whether he'd had
583.
Roundup video when he had about 400k transfers in. Saka second. About 750,000 have brought in Saka. Jimenez is third. Son, Brozier, Coutinho, Bowen, Lacazette, Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel. Lots of double-game players here. No surprises.
Yeah.
Most transferred out. Let's see who it is. It is, of course, Jota. After his injury, 2 million have sold Jota.
Wow.
Second is Bruno, 430,000.
Oh, Bruno. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes. Ronaldo fourth.
No surprises here to see the premium assets, as they obviously.
Minor third, Jesus.
You would assume are make ways for the likes of Salah and Son. But I personally wouldn't take a -4 to sell Bruno for Son. I don't think.
I still think Bruno could do well this game week.
Yeah.
Janania, I don't know if I said your name right, sorry. It says bench duo Vegas, Tarkowski, Coutinho, Brozier, Cancelo.
Brozier, Cancelo?
I'd bench Brozier. Oh, it's tough.
It is.
I think I'd bench Tarkowski as well.
Wow.
I think it's not a great double for Burnley.
No.
He has the double. I think that's what I would do. About 5 minutes away from the deadline. Make
5 minutes to the deadline closes. Don't forget to lock in your teams. I locked in mine.
If you're triple captaining. Appreciate everyone that has tuned so far.
I'm not going to take an 8.8. I'm going to take only 4. So I'll have 4 single game week players.
If you missed him, our wildcard is active, and this is my draft.
It's not great, but it is what it is.
I made the decision because I was going to take a -4 this week. I was going to take a -4 next. I wanted to save the free hit, so it sets me up for this game week. It sets me up for 27 or thereabouts. It sets me up for 28 and 29. And it could set me up for game week 30 as well, in which case I would be able to... Sorry, I thought Teddy was joining the stream. Not now, Ted. In 10 minutes and I'll be done.
10 minutes and I'll be done, he says. 4 minutes and I'll be heading off. Of course.
There he is. Welcome to the stream, Teddy.
Welcome to the stream, Teddy says. FPL Focal on this YouTube channel.
If that's who to start, I think I'd go Corey. He's got the double. An attacking threat.
Attacking threat?
Start Veghorst or Bowen. Difficult one. I think Bowen. Morris captain in 27. Yeah, possibly if you've got him. Yeah, not a terrible shout.
Not a terrible shout.
Going for Son captain in my case. Who has Leeds, which is a great fixture. And as we said, Leeds haven't kept a clean sheet since game week 14. And over that period, on average, 2.9 goals per game. Not seen any leaks coming through just yet. I don't know if we'll get any before the deadline, to be honest, but we'll keep
the deadline, to be honest.
I'm just going to check Twitter as well.
Twitter as well.
Let's see.
3 minutes to go. The deadline closes. Then, of course, I'll post my team on Instagram and Twitter as well. And story as well on Instagram.
Scroll back up. Hackney says bench Antonio or Bernardo Silva. I think I'd bench Silva. I know Antonio has been so poor recently, but it's Newcastle at home.
It's Newcastle at home.
Good. It's a good fixture. Really need to sneeze, but I don't want to sneeze on screen.
Your man, FPL Focal, he was actually top at one stage. But he's down overall to 78 in the world.
I'll be on there throughout the game week. Forgot to mention, I know some of you might know this already, but today I'm going to an FPL meetup in London. And
he's going to the FPL meetup in London?
FPL content creators and members of
the
community there. Mark Savins will be there. Chaz or Az from the Scout and Black Box will be there.
Black Box.
FPL Raptor will be there. FPL Nima. So
FPL
Nima. To get some great selfies. Probably lots of drunk selfies and
probably a lot of drunk selfies.
Probably on Instagram actually.
Instagram actually.
On Instagram. Definitely give me a follow. I've just started posting quite recently on Instagram, but I am really active on it now.
Quite recently on Instagram.
Track me a follow on Instagram. I've been posting for about the last month now, so I'm ready.
He's been posting for the last month now.
You need to be active on it, but I'm fully committed.
You need to be active.
Every video and whatnot. So links in the chat to the Instagram if you want to follow that.
Chat to Instagram if you want to follow on that.
The Skip says take a hit to go Rafinha in the start of a Cancelo. I don't think I would do it. I don't think I'd take a hit to start.
I don't think you would do it.
Cancelo. It's not a good double for Rafinha, and you're benching Cancelo, who has fought against top sides on numerous occasions this season, against Chelsea, against Man United. I think against Chelsea twice. I think both times they played Chelsea.
Both times. 1 minute to go.
Points, so. Yeah. And I'm thinking about streaming. I don't know if I will or not, but I was thinking about doing a stream at the FPL meetup. I think it'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it? Like a fly on the wall.
Like a fly on the wall?
Stick a phone in the corner and have it pointed at the FPL meetup so you can watch us all chatting and
watch us all chatting
and crying over the scores, particularly the 3 o'clock games today. Let me know if you think I should do it. Chris says 2 minutes till the deadline. Final reminder to check your bench, make sure it's in the right order.
Make it's in the right order.
Vice captain, whatnot.
Make
sure you're locked in.
Just check my team just to make sure.
Final reminder, if you have enjoyed the stream, do like it. really appreciate you all tuning in. We've got about 3,000 tuned in and subscribe to the channel.
About 3,000 tuned in.
The Art of Football did a -12. I've seen a lot of
-12, wow.
It's flying around this game week. FPL Raptor I saw took a -20, I believe.
That's it. Time us up.
Says, any plans to bring in
Thank you for watching. Best of luck
I may bring him in for Bowen
to all the fancy managers for this double game week 26, and best luck to the fancy managers that are still in the fancy cup. The only cup I'm still in at the moment is Holly Sharp's one at the moment.
Yeah, I think I did as well.
Of course. Yeah, so I'm going to love you, leave you, all shoes on true. Say clever thinking together, and love you all, and have a great weekend, and best luck for double game week 26. Take care of yourselves, and